Hello everybody and welcome back once more to Anime Yay or Nay. I am TheOutbackAl.
I'm Yin&Jung.
I'm Chibi Noob.
I'm Jitters.
I'm CheerandCosplay.
And I'm Kozi.
And we're back with more Makoto Shinkai. We watched another one of his movies this week. Last week we were starting off with Suzume because it had just come out. This one came out. This is probably one of the last movies that came out pre-pandemic almost. Well, probably not the last movie to come out, but so we watched Weathering with You from 2019. Did you guys seen this already, or?
Nope.
I saw it I saw it, I think, 2 years ago, I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw it when it came out.
Yeah.
I didn't see it when it came out, but
Al did.
Yeah.
I saw the trailers for it and was like, "Oh, that looks pretty. I want to see it," and then just didn't.
Well, I think we can all say it's very pretty, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I think we had a very fun time watching it for the first time, though.
oh, that's good. What was your... Well, I guess we can get into... Should we talk about plot first, or should we get into, some of the favorite parts?
Probably plot first.
I guess the plot is relatively simple. Guy runs away from home, goes to Tokyo, but he's a minor, so he can't get a job. But some guy hires him to work at a magazine and also lets him live there. But it's also not creepy for some reason. And he meets a girl who worked at McDonald's, but then doesn't work at McDonald's, and might start working at a
Brothel.
less reputable establishment. But he stops that because he has a gun that he found, and then he finds out that she can stop the rain because it never stops raining.
Huh?
And then they do that, but then he finds out stuff that we'll talk about for spoiler territory just in case. But that's essentially the plot.
Also, he straight up tries to McFrickin' murder someone.
I don't think he tried to McFrickin' murder somebody, but he came, he fired a McFrickin' warning shot.
He tried to McMurder someone.
Which person?
Main dude.
The guy who was beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
It felt
He
more like a
missed
warning
on
shot.
accident.
I don't know.
I think it was
I
like
don't
a
think he
panic
thought it was
shot.
loaded.
Yeah. But he didn't kill nobody.
He raised the gun with the intent to shoot at the man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if he's... I don't know what the laws are in Japan. I know guns are a no-no over there. And
That is why
he
he
had
had
that
a
illegally.
breakdown.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a bit of a
Also-
trying day.
Throwing a fully loaded gun.
No, terrible idea. Terrible.
Like
Yes.
3 separate times. We're like, "Don't do that."
I like how they all thought it was a toy.
I am really surprised they... How did he not know to check the safety?
Yeah, nobody wanted to
Oh,
look
he
at that.
probably had never picked one up before.
Yeah, it's not America, Cheeps.
Yeah.
No,
Guns
I
are
know that,
not
but
very
even
common out
still,
there.
I'm just kind of like... It wouldn't have
it's not
fired if
even-
the safety were on. I
Guns
don't know.
aren't just not common. You cannot own a private firearm.
Yeah, it's like police only.
I get that, but still, I guess I'm just kind of like... Still a little bit baffled, I guess. But,
I want to know how the guy didn't realize it was his own gun.
Yeah.
That wasn't his gun.
Oh,
That
wait,
was
it
the
was
gun
just a
he-
random gun,
He found it in
right?
McDonald's. Some
Yeah.
guy threw it away because, there was
No, it wasn't in McDonald's. It was in that guy's trash.
Oh, there was a thing that the news was going on about how they had, seized a bunch of weapons, but apparently some had gone missing. Whoever originally owned it threw it away so that it couldn't be found on him. He was probably planning to come back for it. Well, we can't really
almost
speculate on that.
positive it was that guy's gun, which is why it was in his trash.
You're saying that a trash can that's outside on the street, nobody can just throw anything in there?
It wasn't just out on the street, though.
Yeah, it was in his
It
doorway.
was in the... Yeah.
So
Which
if
he
I walk
was
down
very
that alley,
obviously very protective of because he threw the kid out.
yeah, great. You don't want someone squatting in front of your business, but I'm just not. I'm saying I don't think we have any proof that would have been his. If it was, I don't think he would have done because it was part of a bust. The police seized a bunch of firearms. It was on their news earlier, and they were like, yeah. So if your stuff has been seized by the police, you're not going to throw it away right in front of the other place that you run.
I have no clue. Either way.
Either way, he has a gun.
He has a gun.
For part of the movie, and then another part of the movie, and then not part of the movie, but another part of the movie much later.
It comes up way later.
It comes up when it has to. It's Chekhov's gun.
Yeah.
Funny enough, it was a Russian model gun, so that makes sense. But yeah, let's get to the actual meat of the story. It's a love story between two young people.
Yeah, it's not just about guns.
No, it's definitely not.
The gun was in such a minimal part of the movie.
It really was.
But it was in some
Like, it's
pretty
an
important
important
parts.
plot
Yeah,
point.
that's why.
Yeah.
It's Chekhov's gun. But yeah, so he meets a girl, Hina. What was the kid's name? Damn it!
Remember the
Damn it.
brother?
Started with an N.
I have the wiki.
Hakoda Hakoda Morishima.
Hadaka.
No, the younger brother.
The little ladies' man.
The player, yeah.
Player. I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about
Oh.
the main kid.
That's what I
Oh,
just
Oh,
said.
I thought you meant the
Okay.
brother.
Why would I be talking about the brother yet? We haven't met the brother yet. Brother doesn't matter until much later when he does matter.
Hadoka.
Sort of.
Minds.
But
Like Madoka, but Hadoka.
yeah, Haruka.
Haruka.
I literally just said that.
Haruka and Hina. And they got
Sorry,
a
Envy.
business going, bringing sunshine to the world because there ain't no sunshine. Ain't no sunshine in Tokyo anymore. It's all nothing but rain, except when Hina prays and gets some sunshine going. So they're making a business out of that. But then bad stuff happens. I don't know. Like, I don't know when we want to go to spoiler talk exactly. Were there other things we wanted to talk about before then?
Creepy guy has a kid.
Yes, I'm
Forgot the boss.
debating on whether to call him creepy or not. He didn't do...
He seemed okay.
Pretty
alright.
sus.
He came off as sus in the beginning, but then I think later on he was okay.
I think it was a situation of, like, and I think they probably said this, he probably, like, saw a lot of himself in the kid, like, oh, you're running away from home, trying to make it in the city, all that sort of stuff. All right, I'll help you out a little bit.
Yeah, I know, but even his own niece brings it up later. Like, you're basically, like, using him for slave labor.
I think she also just likes giving him shit, though, which is valid.
Like, he's not really paying him. He's just letting him stay there in return for doing work.
Yeah, he's like,
Which is indentured servitude.
true. Yeah, he should be paying him more, but he's like room and board, food, all that stuff. I mean, I don't know how they wanted it. I'm sure you could probably make an argument for, like, he's paying him with no rent and whatnot, but the way you calculate it out, he's still probably not paying him nearly enough.
Makoto Shinkai just has this tendency of having adults make very questionable decisions regarding children.
I also
Not
just
all.
wonder. I don't know. My whole thing is maybe this is just like my impression of just like from watching shows and anime and stuff. Like they just have a very, very much a different like work cultural ideal over there. So I guess they don't really think about it that much. And I'm just like, why are you not asking for money, kid? But he's just like, I just want to be fed and somewhere to live. And honestly, because he's kind of not really living anywhere right now, I don't really think he's probably thinking like, oh, I should be, actually making money.
Yeah.
He really just wants a place to stay.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not like anywhere else will take him, because if he goes to any sort of place that they're going to require an ID of some kind, which he does not have because he's a minor. Like, his options are extremely limited. And if anyone decides to go to the cops like, hey, this kid's like a minor and trying to work, and they're going to be like, oh, you're that missing person from that place who ran away from home. We're going to send you back.
Yeah, honestly, he was super lucky that guy was actually pretty nice.
Yeah. This could have gone a much worse direction.
Could've gone
Which it
way
almost does for Hina.
Yeah.
But then we shoot a guy's ear off.
Right.
Should we talk about, like, Hina, I guess her parents died. She's taking care of her brother while, she's supposed to be in school, but she's not in school.
Allegedly 18.
Yeah, she says she's 18. She ain't.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I mean, the main story mostly just goes with, like, they're talking about, like, the Sunshine Girl. Like, the kid's working for a newspaper or magazine. I forget what exactly. It seems more like a National Enquirer type thing.
The occult.
Yeah.
BuzzFeed.
Yeah.
Yes.
BuzzFeed, but like printed on a tree. Imagine one day we're gonna have to explain what books were.
Listen, I'm already struggling to explain film cameras to my younger siblings.
Oh, God, we're so fucking
If
old.
I ever have to explain what a book is to anyone, I will be sad.
I mean, we are getting to the point where we're all having to explain what VHS was.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that I can understand.
that's fun.
Oof.
At least we don't have to explain Betamax since it didn't really become a thing over here.
I don't even know what that is.
Yes, you do.
I don't remember
It's the
what
big
it is.
fluffy marshmallow guy from Big Hero 6.
Oh, I thought you said Betamax.
I
not
did say
Betamax.
Betamax, and Cece's
He
being
did.
a
I'm
jerk.
making a joke.
Okay, my
It was
brain
not
is...
not a terrible joke. I will give you that, Cece.
Cece is a
Thank
jerk often.
Yeah.
It's late. I have not slept at all this week.
No, I
My
feel
brain
you.
is fried, y'all.
I feel
I'm
you.
sorry.
Yeah. So the running thing for the magazine right now is like the Sunshine Girl, and they're kind of like finding out a little bit more about like Weather Girl. There's different names for it, but someone who has the ability to control the weather, bring out the sunshine. There's apparently other people who bring the rain or whatever, but we don't really see them unless there is someone else constantly causing the rain, and then them and Hina could have had a weather battle or something. I feel like I'm just describing the end of Pokemon, the third Pokemon game.
Does anybody know if that's like a thing in Japanese culture?
I think so.
The Sunshine Girl and the Rain Girl.
Maybe. I don't know. Hard to say.
Google.
Yeah, someone Google that while we're talking. Yeah, so they're going around to different people, finding out from different fortune tellers and people who like own old temples and that, finding out like, yeah, there's people who can control the weather. That's a thing. No one believes that it's a thing, but we all know that it's a thing because we're living that sort of magical realism, urban fantasy mix kind of thing. We know it's real. And we find out that maybe being that is not so great because you gonna get spirited away eventually. And not in the fun, like, Ghibli spirited away. Like, spirited away, like actual spirited away. So, spoilers, that happens to Hina eventually. Bad times.
She turned into water first.
Oh, yeah. She starts getting transparent, turning into liquid, until eventually she just goes up in the sky, where there's fish, flying fish, and water creatures, and whales? There's a lot of whale sounds in this.
She's dumb for coming back as a human. Like, that sounds ideal. Just becoming water and going into the sky.
I don't think she was water. She basically was just up there dying of starvation. Kind of seems like it would suck, actually. But yeah, they eventually get caught. I feel like we're already in spoiler territory, but like, whatever. This came out 4 years ago. If you haven't seen it already, you should have watched it. The police get involved because of the shooting got caught on a traffic cam. They know the kid's missing. Child Protective Services, or whatever the Japanese equivalent is looking into Hina and her brother because she's not old enough to be taking care of him. And so everybody decides to go on the run. And what's the best place to go and hide out on the run? Everybody say it together.
McDonald's.
Love Hotel. Nobody said it. It's just me who thinks that. And these people. So yeah, they party.
They look fun.
They do. They do.
I like all the themes.
Yeah. Well, if we ever take a road trip to Japan,
Yeah.
we'll do nothing but stay at love hotels.
Exactly. That's what my teacher
Hell
said
yeah.
to do.
How much do they charge per hour, do you think?
I don't know if they charge per hour, like a couple hours. I think it's like $60-$70 for like an hour or two, I'm guessing.
Okay.
It's a lot, but
Yeah.
it's the novelty of it, you know?
Yeah, we'll go there for an hour.
You go for an hour. I mean, that's what they're for, you
Yeah,
know?
that's what they're for.
They're not for staying over.
I don't think they ended up in a love hotel. That was like a big fancy one, wasn't it?
I mean, I'm not sure. I just know it was like a hotel and had some karaoke and a spa tub and some other stuff that they were just like, yeah, we're going to party it out. We're gonna Kevin McAllister in Home Alone 2 Lost in New York for a minute. But then the heavy stuff happens when Tina Dunn disappears. Because she done got spirited away.
Birthday.
Yeah, her birthday. And she was not this.
Oh.
Yeah.
This kid bought a ring to propose to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a thing.
That was kind of weird.
That was a thing.
I mean, I guess he thought, oh, she's 18, so it's fine. But you're not.
Yeah, he's not 18.
Whatever, we're gonna have a very, very long engagement.
So then cops take Haruka.
Yeah. They also take the little brother. And so Haruka escapes because these guys are not good at hanging on to anyone. And
I really liked the detective. He was an asshole, but he was funny.
Yeah. He was fun. The niece, what was her name? Damn it. What the hell was her name? Hatsumi. Yeah.
Natsumi, yes.
She helps to... How would we say this? She definitely runs from the cops. Is it aiding and abetting if you're just helping them escape?
A getaway driver, basically.
Yeah, I'm wondering where aiding and abetting starts and just evading the police ends. You know?
Well, she definitely got arrested at the end of it.
Yeah, such a shame because she realized, hey, I'd make a great motorcycle cop. Like, they're never gonna let you! But yeah, he gets away. Half the city's flooded because it's been raining so bad. Probably because of everything Hina's been up to, But
not during this chase. During the chase, the weather is nice and clear.
Yeah, because Hina done got.
Yeah.
And he's like, I gotta go up to the top of the building where she got her superpowers, and hopefully I can get up to her. And yeah, chasing through this city. He runs the railroad tracks because none of them are working. Literally everyone that was involved.
Stamina for days, man.
Hey, man, he's got a ring and he needs to put it on something.
Like, when he just kept going, I'm like, damn.
I mean...
Like, the detective could never.
Yeah, you hope that when he goes back to high school, he picks up, like, track and field or something.
No, that was literally, like, the entire time I was singing, he's a runner, he's a track star.
Yeah.
He's gonna get ahead, he's gonna get far.
Yeah, that's pure adrenaline, let's be honest.
Oh, no, it absolutely was. But, I mean, just you think afterwards, like, hey, I did that. Maybe I should do it again.
Maybe.
But, like, get a scholarship from it. I don't know. Yeah, so he gets back. And
he gets to the building, which was conveniently where he threw the loaded gun on the floor.
Yeah, which has been sitting in, like, random puddles of water for how many weeks now? Too many? But he's like, yeah, I'm going to pick this up, and then pointed at police who were trying to catch me.
He shot it.
Yep.
He shot it again.
There's a whole lot of... I feel like there should be a lot of disclaimers on this movie. Don't do what this kid did.
Yeah, he was in trouble, if we didn't go over this.
Oh, yeah.
Because he shot the gun.
Oh, yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
So then he shoots the gun again.
I mean, I this is hard for me to say because I'm not fully aware of a lot of, like, what the laws and stuff in Japan are. But I feel like him being a minor and, like, the situation that he was in when he shot the gun the first time with the guy, like, kind of basically assaulting him, I feel like they would have, like, sent him home essentially with, like, probation at worst.
I don't even think they would have done that. I think they were more trying to find out where he found the gun.
Well, that too.
But nah, he'd be in juvie.
I mean,
he'd be in Japanese juvie.
We don't know what the situation is with that because in a lot of ways you could argue self-defense. But I don't know what self-defense laws are in Japan.
I don't think he was in trouble. I think they just wanted the gun.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I mean, he was in trouble for running away. They would have taken him back, and he didn't want that to happen.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Like, they completely gloss over it, but his parents beat the ever-loving fuck out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, was that why he left? Did it say that?
Yeah, that's why he's all banged up at the beginning.
Oh, I didn't think about it.
Yeah, wasn't having a good time, but...
Yeah. Oh.
So. Yeah, so he fires a gun at the police, runs up to the top of the building, nearly falls off the building a couple times.
He didn't run up to the top of the building first. First, the kind of creepy, not really creepy, but still, when you really think about it, a little creepy.
I don't find it creepy.
Punches the cop in the face.
Yeah, he helps him escape.
Yeah, it's basically, everybody is technically going in the wrong when in terms of the law, but everyone's trying to help out the main characters in a way at the end. So it's like, okay, lawfully they're in the wrong, but morally they're in the right?
I feel like everyone got off pretty easy after it all, but like maybe part of that, I don't know. I don't know how much everybody saw of them, like of him going up into the sky to get this girl out and then fall back down. How did they land? Did they ever tell us? I don't think they told us how they landed.
No, but they had to have like checked up there.
Mm-hmm.
As they're because we get a cutaway of them, like, arresting the guy and, like, vacating the building.
And then it starts
so
raining.
they had to have checked up there already and saw that they were gone. Who the fuck went back to double check?
I mean, part of it is, like, it's a crime scene. They probably had to bring in some people, but they were probably, like, at least a few people were probably there for a while, like, just taking evidence of everything that had happened. And then, you know, you can't stay up on the top of the building forever. So
I don't even think they were conscious when they got pulled in.
I have no idea. In any case, I guess
they jumped off a cumulonimbus.
Yes. We're learning clouds things in this. Apparently there can be whole ecosystems because a cloud can have as much water as an actual lake. Which is cool.
Also, the rain is happening because we have not been letting it rain? ? I think is how they explained it, basically.
I mean, I think so. So apparently a little bit of this movie was like a commentary on, like, climate change.
I can see
a
that.
little bit. But I'm also, so in my search for trying to find the actual lore of a Sunshine Girl, I found this little thing on Wikipedia called the Ame Onna, or Ame Otoko, which is basically like a rain yokai, but in, like, modern terms, it basically refers to an unlucky person that seems to be jinxed to have rain follow them wherever they go, thus gaining a reputation for ruining special events. So maybe that's our main character?
No, I think that's the other one, the rain person that the shaman lady was talking about. Because Hina brings the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like the opposite, yeah.
Yeah. We don't get to see a rain person in the movie, so...
Well, no, it's like referring to him because he just has nothing but bad luck. That's the modern usage of that term.
Okay.
But,
I mean...
I don't know.
Not everybody in this is super lucky.
No.
Like, the niece can't get a good job and probably won't for a while.
Excuse me, Miss Natsumi, can you explain why you have a criminal record?
Well, let me tell ya. Things got weird.
It was pretty awesome.
She tells him a story and then someone's like, that could make a good movie.
But yeah, like, I do remember the shaman specifically saying that Tokyo used to be underwater and then, like, a lot of drought or something, receding sea line, brought it out. So all of this rain was just resetting it back to what it was.
I thought that was the grandma who said that, but I might be wrong.
It might have been the grandma.
Yeah, I think it was the grandma.
I don't remember.
That was grandma at the end of the movie. Kid goes home, and Hina goes somewhere, and the kid... We should talk about the escape attempt from the little brother. This motherfucker's smart.
That was brilliant.
Dude. So here's what he does. We already know he's a player. But no one else knows he's a player. So he gets one of his little girlfriends to show up and visit him in holding. And then another little girl shows up, visits him in holding. And then one of the little girls is like, hey, I need to go to the bathroom, but I haven't been here before. Can you take me? So they take the guard away. Little girl takes off the wig. She's like, you son of a bitch. I can't believe you brought your ex in on this. And then, like, they switch clothes. And he walks out as her. I'm like, This motherfucker is smart. He's gonna be dangerous when he's older.
He also shows up at the confrontation with the cops at the shrine and tackles a cop and bites him, but it's just funny seeing him fly in out of nowhere in a dress.
Yep. I gotta be real. I did not like the kid at first. I want to see a whole story about this kid and what he does when he's older.
That kid's going places.
Where is he going, though? That's what I want to see. Probably, like, becomes, like, an underground, like, kingpin or something. I don't know. Something crazy. I feel like this is bizarre, but I feel like somehow he ends up in Durara or something. I don't know why.
LOL.
But yeah. So everybody gets a little older. Everyone comes back to the city. They didn't really they said he had probation or something that was suspended.
3 years of probation.
Yeah. And it was he just went home and then he's going back to Tokyo. I don't know if part of that is to complete maybe part of the sentence or something or to do something about parole or whatever.
No.
Or if something else.
No.
He's
He had
definitely
to
coming back.
graduate.
Yeah. So
Once he graduated, he was off of probation.
Okay, well then that's perfect. So he goes back to Tokyo to commit more crimes, and he runs into a bunch of... Oh, we forgot to talk about the cat. He finds a cat.
We can talk about the cat at the end.
Well, yeah, we're about here.
Finish the plot first. Finish the plot
He
first.
finds Hina after saying hi to everybody.
But she doesn't fly away this time.
No, she doesn't, because Tokyo's underwater because it hasn't stopped raining in 3 years.
Also, he has not tried to contact her in those 3 years.
It might have been a situation of he didn't know how. Because
he said, I didn't want to cause more trouble for her.
Oh, I missed that part. Because I thought it was a situation he went back home and then she probably would have went into Child Protective Services or something along with the brother.
So
I don't know.
When he's talking with the boss guy, the guy's like, wow, you really didn't even send her a fuck you over these 3 years. And he was like, I didn't know if she would get in trouble if she talked to me, so I just didn't.
I don't know why he would say fuck you, but okay.
I don't know. You kind of have a thing going on with someone, and then, you don't speak to them for the next 3 years. You just kind of ghost them.
Oh, I thought you said, why didn't he tell her fuck you?
No, he didn't even send Hina, a passing, hey, go fuck yourself. He just ghosted her.
That's what I'm saying. Why would he say that? He wouldn't say that. They're in love, and they meet up at the end. And everything's good. That seemed to be, the way a lot of these... I feel as we get further into these movies, we're going to start seeing, we're probably going to start separating them into chunks. I'm going to put this movie in the 3 most recent movies where we have happy endings. Well, not happy for everyone who's underwater right now, but happy-ish.
Yeah.
Mostly happy.
They got out.
Yeah, Tokyo's underwater, but, it was a slow thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure not too many people died.
My question is, and someone who's better at science might be able to calculate this, how much water had to come down to do that, first off? And secondly, what has this done to the rest of the planet?
Yeah, that's
because it's connected to the ocean. Did it raise all the ocean levels that high?
Probably.
That is a
Okay,
good
I think
question.
where is this water coming? Well, I think we can make
Where do
guesses
you
about it.
think?
The melting ice caps or something. I don't know.
No, it's from the lake in the cloud.
Yeah.
Okay, we're just calling it magic because I'm trying to think about the water cycle and stuff. And I'm like, where's the water coming from?
Magical realism. That's what this genre is.
It was all the water that was already in the ocean that evaporated off to dry out Tokyo in the first place. They just put it back where it was supposed to be.
Hundreds of years ago?
Don't judge Mother Nature on how long it takes her to do things.
All I know is if the rain keeps going and Hina doesn't go up into the clouds, it's going to turn into Waterworld, and that's not a good Kevin Costner movie, okay?
I liked Waterworld.
It's got some fun stuff, but you have to admit, it's a dumb movie.
What?
It's
Never even heard
dumb,
of it.
but it's iconic.
Yeah, Waterworld is Mad Max, but on the ocean.
It's iconic.
Sure.
The scene where he takes her underwater.
Okay,
Fucking
okay.
chef's kiss.
Let's agree with this, that as far as post-apocalyptic Kevin Costner movies, it is better than The Postman.
I'm not sure I've seen The Postman.
It's meh.
Probably already on the list.
No, it's not. Well, if you want, we can put it on the list, but...
It's on the list now.
Okay, fine.
I'm sorry, did we have an option of what went on the list? Because I feel like it's usually just you throw references at us, and when we don't get it, you just put it on the list.
Well, at this point, I feel like Waterworld has to go on the list, but I'm saying Postman doesn't necessarily have to go on the list.
Okay.
This sounds like Patreon content.
Possibly.
Hey, so Elle, what about that cat?
That cat was cute, and Makoto Shinkai's good at making cute animals, and at the end, he's nice and chunky.
He did get chunky.
He got big, reflecting how much rain there was.
He
became
was
his
a little
owner, too.
stray that Haruka found
Yeah.
almost when he first got to Tokyo.
Yeah, whenever he was in the doorway to the strip club, brothel, host club, something, sex place.
Club.
Yeah, and that's about it for the cat. He was there. He was cute.
Listen, like, that was what we were waiting for.
The fat
we were
cat.
waiting for confirmation. No, that the cat was still there.
Oh, I mean, it only been a few years.
He could have forgot it and it drowned. Like,
No.
he went to jail.
No.
No, don't say the cat died. That
The-
reminds me of another book.
The cat was,
cat
almost
was
died.
living.
The guy went to jail, and Natsumi also would have gone to at least, like, holding. We don't know what they actually got charged with. Whatever it was enough to be out within 3 years.
I'm gonna say this. I think because the place got flooded, I think he probably just left the door open. The cat probably got out. It was already a street cat. It knew how to survive, and he waited for them to come back. And then when they got
Well,
back,
he
everyone
took
was
the
happy.
cat outside.
Yeah.
Oh my god, can we talk about how stupid he was? He completely sees that his shop is underwater, so he opens the window,
Yeah.
retaining the
Yeah.
water outside.
I'm like, you could have come up with a better solution to get rid of that water, my guy. I don't think he's gonna get his deposit back whenever he moves out.
Probably not.
That was the dumbest thing I had seen the entire movie. Including throwing the loaded gun that was not safety checked.
Yeah, I think at the very least for the kid, we could be like, he has no idea what he's doing. But
yeah.
you literally see the water's up, completely filling your windows.
There was no excuse.
And then you consciously made the decision, I want to open that. Now,
And then he Pikachu faced. He's like, how did all this water just flood in?
I'm going to throw this out there, that maybe he just has an issue with impulse control. Because I feel like if I was put in the same situation, the thought would cross my mind, what if I just open the window right now? But I wouldn't do it. He let the intrusive thoughts take over.
No,
It's funny
I think
because we do live in a place that floods kind of regularly.
yeah, I honestly think he just dumb.
Yeah, probably. Did he
There
end
was
up
no
getting...
working brain cell in that entire house.
I
Nope.
feel like the niece wasn't too bad. She was smart enough to know that she should be getting out and getting an actual job.
She was the one that had the 2 brain cells.
Ah.
Yeah, but she was also the one who, like, full-heartedly, like, believed in half of the crap they were reporting on.
Did she?
Yeah, but I mean, she only has 2 brain cells to work with. I mean, she was one of those people who, like, oh, this
The cat
person...
had the brain cell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was not an orange cat, therefore it had the brain cell.
Yeah, I think she went to see one of the fortune tellers or something, and they were talking, like, the person who is a sunshine
yeah.
girl, blah, blah, blah. Has
She's like, that's me!
Like, but then the opposite person is this, and they have
That's
these
me.
elements. Yeah. I'm like, that's why I don't believe in horoscopes.
It's like, you can relate anything to yourself.
Yeah.
If you try
Fine.
hard enough.
I'm trying to think. What else? What else is there to talk about?
There
Overall,
was a fun cameo by one of the characters from Your Name.
yeah, 2 characters.
Okay, 2 characters.
Well, the guy was the one with the grandma, and the girl sold him the ring.
Yeah.
So.
She was only in it for literally, like, 0.2 of a second, though.
Yes, but we know that hair. It's interesting to think about, because apparently, if you try to match up the timelines, I think the very end of Your Name happens at the exact same time that the sun comes out when Hina disappears.
Really?
Man, that's...
If these are existing in the same timeline.
That is pretty
So-
rough for those kids.
I mean, they had their one nice moment in the sun. Well, we'll get to that next week, but it's just a
They
little
need
sad
a
to
fucking
think.
break. Damn.
Yeah.
Maybe it's them. Maybe they're cursed.
Okay,
Going around
Okay.
destroying homes.
I'll be honest. I kind of like that idea a little bit. I think that's funny. I would absolutely say you're right had they showed up in Suzume. in one of the places where the worms show up. And it'll be like, oh, this is all your fault. You guys
But
are...
Suzume couldn't take place in the same universe, or at least
it's
not in the same
raining,
timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tokyo's not flooded. Now, I would be open to hearing that Suzume is a prequel, predating both Your Name and Weathering with You.
I'm trying to think of anachronisms that we would have then.
Your Name starts in 2013, and I think it ends in 2015. And
I
Weathering
think a
with
little
You starts
further
in
than that.
2021 and ends in 2024.
Oh,
And
damn.
then, let's see here. Suzume. Let's see when this one starts. Plot. I don't think we have a year for this one.
Okay.
So we can probably throw it wherever.
Yeah, I'm
Except
gonna say
she's a
maybe-
little girl in 2011. So I don't know how old she was when that happened.
Well, it ultimately
have
doesn't
to
matter
put that
because
all in
the
context.
rain is gone.
Yeah.
So. Well, if the Your Name people had showed up in Suzume, that either means that, yeah, you're right, it's either an alternate timeline or Hina's gone again.
But that wouldn't have dried up Tokyo.
Eventually, water might have... No, it wouldn't have.
No,
I'm
it would
really
still
trying.
be underwater.
I'm really trying here.
I feel like if you try to say like it's a prequel, like it predates, and like we already knew Soda was like one of the last like doorkeepers or whatever.
If Tokyo
So, like-
floods, what if that knocks out one of the keystones and then it's nothing but worms and no one can stop it?
Tsunami.
Oh, jeez.
Would people see the splat of the worm coming down if it's coming down into water?
I feel like anyone close enough to see that would be swept away by the waves, so I don't think it would be a problem. Well, it'd be a problem for them, but...
So, judging based on the information I'm reading here, Suzume takes place in 2023.
Okay.
Okay, so definitely alternate universe then.
Okay.
I guess normal universe
Well...
for the most part.
As normal as a Makoto Shinkai movie can be.
No,
I don't
they
know,
just
his early stuff's pretty normal.
Yeah.
they replaced
Yeah.
the catfish that caused the earthquakes with worms. That's the
so
alternate
it is
universe.
Okay.
Oh, what if it wasn't a worm? What if it was just the catfish's whisker?
That's a big fucking catfish.
It was a big catfish. It caused tsunamis.
Well, there you go.
I mean, I think the tsunamis were supposed to have been caused by, like, its fins, but...
Yeah, it's supposed to be caused by the tail fin.
I'm just gonna go, the worm is the whisker.
That's like some Cthulhu shit where it's like, it's so big you can't even comprehend it, and trying to comprehend it makes you go mad.
Yeah. That's why the Guardians are cats.
Oh my god, you're making so much sense right now.
It is that almost late night brain, baby.
Damn. Anyway, what was your guys' favorite parts of this?
Just the dynamic between the two main characters. I'm a sucker for a good love story, and I kind of like their dynamic, even though they were a bunch of naive kids at times, to put it lightly.
Yeah, that was really good.
And also the animation. I mean, it's obviously going to be good.
It was really funny because I was talking with CC because I think Weathering with You is like, out of these three, my least favorite, but I'm like, Envy definitely liked it because he's a sucker for that romance.
I feel like I'm kind of with you. Of the three, I think Your Name's still my favorite. Suzume might be number 2 for me. I'm not sure. I might have to sit on it a little bit longer. I don't know yet, but yeah.
So, Envy, I think Weathering with You is probably higher just because they had an actual established relationship where Your Name kinda up in the air at the end.
Well, it wasn't even
Suzume,
that.
Let's be
God,
careful
we
on
fucking
spoilers.
hope not.
They're friends. They're friends. in my opinion.
Like, this was the only one that had, like, a full circle actual romance.
I feel like your name, it seemed pretty resolved in the end. Am I crazy?
Well, let's be careful about spoilers. That's next week. We can do, yeah.
So I'm gonna read off what Gav said in the chat, because Gav, unfortunately, is not feeling well and could not join us, but Gav thought the animation and plot were great, but was a bit unsure about the ending. I definitely agree. I think the animation was pretty good. Plot was interesting. I think the parts of the plot that I liked more were more of the stuff that was involving, like, the lore and the mythology and sort of, like, the trying to find out more about the Sunshine Girl. And mostly just because that sort of thing, like, appeals to me particularly. As far as the romance is concerned, I don't know. I was kind of like, yeah, okay. But in the end, I'm kind of like, shrug. But I don't know. I'm a weird person when it comes to romance with pretty much anything that I watch. So
yeah, the romance was cute, but it was also kind of one of those romances of, like, young kids who are like, I don't know what I'm supposed to say or do to express this. Hopefully they got a little better at it, but they were still cute. I think I like the montage in the middle where they're, like, bringing out sunshine the whole time. What was that, Radwimps montage?
Yeah, I think so.
Those tend to be some of the best parts of these movies. I hate to say it. As good as these movies are, the highlights are usually the unintentional or fully intentional Radwimps music videos that he puts into his movies.
Okay, can we talk about, like, the soundtrack, though? Because I think this is one of his better uses of, like, a lot of not only, like, songs, but, like, just ambient noise and all of that.
That would be saying something, because when we were talking about Suzume last time, we talked about, like, the sound design was, like, astounding. Especially with, like, the more quiet moments. What stood out this time for you?
Fully 100% the actual, like, songless. Like, I feel like that was much better curated to the moment where it felt impactful and relevant. Like, I feel like with Suzume, at the very least, they started playing that main theme a little too much. The do-do-do-do-do.
yeah, that motif was literally everywhere. Which, honestly, I'm okay with that in some cases. Like, Undertale used motifs everywhere, and, like, pretty much all of the songs were somewhat of the same couple tunes that were put in, but, like, I think that one got a little bit overused for Suzume. Not that it didn't add to it in some cases, but for what it's worth, I think they could have, like, backed it out, or at least used something a bit different. But,
maybe I'm also, like, a bit biased, because I feel like visually, while this one is so beautiful still because it's Makoto Shinkai, he really limited himself with the palette because it's, like, this rainy, overcast world. So everything's a bit dull, and if it's not, like, dull gray blues, stuff like that, it's literally only the sunshine moments, which are just yellow, which is a stylistic choice, but I just wish we could have seen, like, a bigger variation there.
I think I kind of get what you're saying. I didn't mind it so much, though. I mean, part of that probably is I've had way worse times with, like, that sort of color palette, and some people do. The worst for me is probably, like, Naruto or something. Anytime we were spending, like, 50 fucking episodes in the mist. But so as long as it's not that, maybe I'm just easy to please.
Like, it definitely, like, had the effect. I think more for me, I would have liked more color when the sunshine was out. Like, if you're going for, like, that dull, dreary, like, oh my god, it just won't stop raining, like, perfect, mission accomplished. But, like, I feel like a sunny afternoon is more than just, like, yellow, you know?
Maybe.
no, that's fair. I would say when the sun is out, all of the colors are very pronounced.
Honestly,
I want to
especially
see more green.
yeah, especially after rain, like, streets are darker, grass is greener. There's a lot of, like, it should have, maybe it should have popped a little
Am I
bit more.
crazy that I remember there
Or
being a lot of
maybe
color
even
with
like
this
I
one?
could have gone for
I mean,
more
it
of
was
like
more
the
colorful,
iridescent
absolutely.
rainbow effect.
But
I don't
a bit
remember it
more.
being yellow.
were there rainbows in this? I feel like there should have been, because it was still raining
so
in a lot of spots.
when it had a little bit of the fishes, they had
Okay.
a little bit of like that rainbow sheen. You know, like how when you look at an oil slick, it looks like all
Right,
cool
right,
and
right.
colorful.
The weird diesel kind of thing.
Mhm.
I love those little fishies.
Yee.
Is that going to be your contribution to this episode?
Cece
I
loves
did
the
actually
fishies.
watch it, but I just like the really.
Cece thought it would be funny to just sit here and not say anything. They concocted this plan back when they had not seen the movie and we were first going to record this.
Well,
Oh, and I also wanted to clarify. I did. It's kind of weird with me with this movie and Your Name, because I think Your Name is a better movie, but I enjoyed Weathering with You more. If that makes sense, I was more invested with the story of Weathering with You and the characters. I just think that some of the characters in Weathering with You kind of made some stupid decisions towards the end of the movie, looking at you, kid with the gun. But that's the only reason why I would say Your Name's a better movie, because I don't think it has as many flaws. But I had more fun watching Weathering with You, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's completely valid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I feel like this appeals more to you. Like,
Well,
it has more of, like, what you normally like.
I mean, we'll get into it next week. I still enjoyed Your Name a lot, though. It's not like I didn't hate. It's not like I didn't hate. It's not like I.
Yeah, no,
didn't.
I feel like it would be a stretch for anyone to say, like, ooh, I really hated these. Like, even if you're not like, ooh, okay, they were good, like, at the very least, you would have to be like, yeah, they're okay. Like, even if it's not your cup of tea, like, I don't feel like anyone could look at these and objectively say they're bad movies.
You'd be surprised.
No, I wouldn't. It's the internet.
well, anyone have any final thoughts before we head out?
Nope.
I wish the movie would have been more about Hina. I kind of didn't like Haruka.
Agreed.
Kind of see that a little bit, but I think if it had been about Hina, we wouldn't have got the reveal at the end with the she,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So it might have messed with the narrative a little bit, but you probably could have worked around that. Hard to say, but yeah. So, like we've been saying, next week we're gonna do Your Name. So, I'm looking forward to it. I love that movie. Really good movie when it came out. But we'll talk about that when we get to it.
How many people here haven't seen it?
Yeah, good question. What?
Wow.
Well, we can scratch off the
Another
list.
one that I saw the trailer. I was like, oh, I want to see that, and then just didn't.
You should really think about going to a movie theater every now and then.
Leaving the house is so much work.
I spoiled Cece on this one beforehand, so
Oh yeah,
it's not gonna be as impactful.
Oh, you shouldn't have done that.
It was before this whole thing was concocted.
Okay, alright. Well, anyway, looking forward to seeing what everybody thinks, and we can enjoy that next week. We'll see you guys next time with Your Name. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon for notifications. If you enjoyed this video, give us a like, and if you haven't already, check out some of our previous episodes, our daily gaming videos, or our parody series Madoka Magically Abridged. See you next time!